Welcome to The Explainer. Ever thought about this? What if a leader's favorite sport was actually a secret window into their entire political strategy?
So is that for real? Can a hobby actually give away a political playbook? Well, we're going to explore that idea by looking at two very different sports. And you guessed it, two very different world leaders.
All right, first up, let's head to the Kremlin's Judo mat with Vladimir Putin. Because for him, this isn't just a sport. It's pretty much a complete political philosophy.
And you don't have to take my word for it. Here it is, straight from Putin himself. He's the one connecting the dots, saying the core principles of judo are essential for a politician. You know, things like perception, timing, and, of course, control.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Look at how these principles could, translate into politics. Take using an opponent's weight against them. That's a classic judo throw, right? But it's also a pretty powerful diplomatic tactic. Or how about maximum efficiency, minimum effort? Think about achieving a massive goal with just one small, perfectly timed move. And it's not just about the philosophy. There's also the image, right? His skill in a combat sport is a huge piece of this strong, masculine persona he projects to the world. And that itself becomes a really unique and, frankly, powerful diplomatic tool. Okay, so let's switch gears completely. We're swapping that combat mat for a big, sprawling golf course as we turn our attention to Donald Trump and his favorite game. Now, golf, it's a totally different vibe from the head-to-head combat of judo. It's really this time-honored tradition for U.S. presidents. It's kind of a unique space, right, where leisure and leadership mix and where some really serious conversations can take place way outside the stuffy negotiating room. And don't let the relaxed setting fool you. The mental game in golf is incredibly demanding. You need things like patience, a ton of strategy, precision. These are all qualities we often associate with the presidency itself. I mean, every single shot is a careful calculation of risk versus reward. And this, right here, is a key difference. In golf, it's all on you. There are no teammates to blame if you mess up. Success or failure, it rests squarely on your shoulders. And that really mirrors the huge individual responsibility of being president. It's such a stark contrast to judo, which is all about your direct interaction with an opponent. Okay, so we've got these two totally different sporting mindsets. The big question is, how might these actually play out in a real high-stakes diplomatic meeting between these two leaders? When you put them side by side, the contrast in styles is it's fascinating. You have the judo master, whose style is all about tactical opportunism, waiting for that perfect moment to make a move. And then you have the golfer, whose style is much more about direct confidence, just stepping right up to the tee and driving the ball straight down the fairway. Let's break that down a bit more. The judo strategy, it's patient. It's about looking for ways to use your opponent's own momentum to throw them off balance. The ultimate goal is to create an opening and get concessions. Now, the golf strategy, it's much more direct. It relies on bold, individual risk-taking and pure confidence. The goal there? It's all about controlling the conversation and showing strength. Okay, but before we wrap this up, there is one really important thing we need to be clear about. And that crucial point is this. Thinking about leaders through their hobbies is, it's a symbolic interpretation. It's a way to understand potential styles, a framework for their thinking. What it is not, and this is key, is a crystal ball. We're not predicting specific outcomes here, which really leaves us with a final, fascinating question to chew on. What if we took this same idea and applied it to other world leaders? Think about their passions. Maybe it's chess or marathon running or even painting. What other surprising insights into their political strategies might we find?